So I skipped making the whole video about lifting this car like I said I was going to, because it really wasn't like that exciting, and I knew that if I took the time to make a bunch of videos, it wasn't going to go well. So this video instead is something else. So pretty much, for some reason, this Saabaru has a Saabaru key for the ignition. So the ignition's been replaced before. Why, I'm not sure. But here's the thing, when you turn the key, nothing happens. So you think, oh, maybe it's a park neutral switch. I already bypassed that, so it should be able to start in any gear. Won't start. So it's probably the ignition somehow again, right? So instead of getting a new ignition switch, because I don't feel like it, I got a button. So pretty much what this is, it's just a momentary switch. So you've got the red and blue wires go together into this green, and the green goes to the starter signal wire. The red is the positive, so that's a red wire I got going into this mini fuse jumpy thing, which goes into one of the original fuses. So you can see the original fuse is there to power its normal circuit, and then this extra fuse is up here to power this wire, which now you can see goes this weatherproof splice on the starter signal wire. So then you've got a ground here. I just took a existing ground, just put a wire on it that I already had with a ring terminal, put it into here, and then this runs into the car. I know I could have got ground from somewhere under the dash, but I didn't feel like climbing around under there. So that goes into this, and when you press the button, it doesn't work anymore. Huh. Oh, because, maybe if there was a key in it to provide it with the other things that needed to start. Let's try again. There you go. It works. And it's fancy. I can't show because, of course, it's running already, but when you press it, that ring lights up red to show you that it's trying to start the car, so that's kind of good. So what I'm probably going to do is make a hole right here, and put the button there. I know I could use one of these blanks on this side, but starting it on the opposite side of the steering wheel just seems weird, especially because even in the B1, even though the steering wheel is on the opposite side of the car, the ignition is still on the same side. So I feel like the ignition being on the right side of the steering wheel is just a normal thing, probably because most people are right-handed. So I'm just gonna get a hole saw and pop a hole into this thing that it won't focus on, and that'll do it, and then it'll be done, and I'll be able to actually drive this thing. So I guess we can show what it looks like, since we haven't done that. So I can do a compare and contrast too. So here you go. There's your new ride height. You can fit a whole hand in there vertically, and still have some room to spare at the top. So it definitely fails the shoe test. In fact, you can fit a shoe in there sideways too. Sideways and this way, of course. So no lowness for me. Now I can't put my shoe back on. That was smart. So then the back, pretty much the same. Maybe a little, maybe a little less. And then you can see it is pretty close there, but that's with a spacer in the trailing arm. Probably can't see it, but I'm gonna try. Up there in that dark, yeah, you can kind of see it. It's that black blurry thing. It goes between the trailing arm and it goes between the trailing arm and the body, and brings it down so that when this trailing arm comes down from how much the strut pushes it, with this bigger tire, it would essentially push the tire right into there. We don't want that to happen. So yeah, it's rusty. One of the strut tires will probably blow through. Oh well, too bad. I'll die, don't care. There's the other side, pretty much same, and the other front, pretty much same. And then if you want to do a compare and contrast, there's a stock ride height one compared to the new lifted one. So you've got, what do we got here hand wise? We can fit like four fingers at the top, and that one you can fit quite a bit more. It doesn't actually seem like that much because I said like, oh, just a hand, but it's actually a hand plus quite a bit. I measured it and it's about 2 inches, which is what it's supposed to be. 2 inches more. So yeah, that's how you get your car to start when all the things that are supposed to make it start don't cooperate. And that's really it for right now, because that's it for right now. And that's all. And why have I ended this video with like 7 different phrases?